Can you see these midges? This is Scotland in the summer. Good morning. It's a little bit after 9 o'clock in the morning, which is quite late for a photographer getting up and taking pictures. But where I am just now, if I was up really early, we wouldn't see any sun, because I'm in the mountains. I'm actually in Glen Nevis, which is right beside Ben Nevis, and I was in a caravan park shaded by Ben Nevis, and the sun came over the top at around 8 o'clock, and I took a couple of photographs. I'll hopefully get them processed nicely, and I can show you those now. But the reason I'm coming to where I am just now is I discovered this the other day. I've been here for 4 days now, and I haven't done any vlogging at all until today. This is Friday, mainly because the weather's been bad, but I've been with friends. We've been doing all sorts of different things, including climbing up that hill there. So behind me, there's a little ridge, there's a forest, and there's a little ridge, a little hillock there. And yeah, I climbed it. Unbelievable. Just over 1,000 feet in height gained, and I can't remember the distance. It was 5.6 miles, or 6 miles it was, 6 miles. And we did it in 5.5 hours, which is really, really slow, but that's what I needed to do. But yes, I climbed a hill yesterday. I didn't vlog it because it certainly wasn't accessible photography. But what I'm going to do today is I'm climbing a little hill just now, just a little mound. I found this the other day, and it is a spectacular view up the valley, up the glen, and it has significance. I'll explain that in a second. So this is where I've come in. The road through the valley goes through there. Typical, we're just getting some cloud coming over and giving us some deep shade. So I'm going to try and get this view quickly before that cloud takes out the sun. I'm going to try it by hand quickly. Right, so just taking some sample shots. It looks absolutely lovely. It's burning out slightly in the cloud at the top, so I'm just going to put a filter on. I know we've been bracketing before, but I'm going to put a little filter on just now. Hopefully that will do the trick. And what I really need is my tripod, which is in the car. So I'll just try to be quick with this. Take out the cloud with the filter. I'm losing sunlight already. But it's still nice. I'm going to angle the filter to where the brightest patch of the sun is and put that there. Car for scale. I don't really need to be taking multiple shots, it's just happening. So what I've got is a lovely zigzag of a road and a zigzag of a river as well. And then the hills beyond. So now I'm making sure it's in focus, because it wasn't actually focused, because I used it earlier and locked off the focus, which was stupid. But the valley is nice. I'm going to zoom into a lot of that. Road coming out the right hand corner leading in, the river coming out the left hand corner, although the river is actually behind trees, so you can't really see the river very clearly. Hopefully it comes up in the image. And the foreground is now deep in shade. Adjusting my exposure, so I'm going to change that to f8, 200th of a second at 100 ISO. And I've got a nice cloud up here. So I think what I'll do is I'll do a vertical. So keeping that at an angle there. Turn the old hatteroo around. And I get a lot of that cloud in as well. So it's foreground. So I'm going to focus on the trees 2/3 into the photograph. So they're in focus. F8 should bring everything else in focus. That looks nice, lots of cloud there. Okay. So normally I would like to have used a tripod for this, but I had to work hard, and of course I left the tripod in the car, which is only there. I mean, where has it got there? It's not far, but you can guarantee if you run down to get a tripod, by the time you get back, the light in the scene's gone. So if you look behind, you can see what the situation is. The sun, the clouds coming over the hill from, where are you? They're coming that away. So it's going to cover that sun quite quickly. And I didn't want to lose this beautiful scene. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at all that light in there. It's beautiful. And those peaks, I wanted to get them with a side light on them as much as possible to get that depth in that view. You can see that deep, deep shadow, and then the sunlight as well. It's just spectacular. Just spectacular. It's probably one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen. And when I came here yesterday or the day before, I came up onto this peak and I recognized it instantly. I recognized it from photographs that I'd seen on Facebook. Somebody had a piper back in the 40s, I think it was, down here, and took a photograph of the piper there and that scene beyond, and then took a modern day picture. So this was like his grandfather, and then took a modern day picture in the autumn, and it just looked spectacular, and I want to go there, but I didn't know where it was. I found it. As soon as I came up here, I recognized it. But any film buffs might recognize this as well. So film buffs might actually recognize that this area here, and this is Glen Nevis, appeared in the film Braveheart. And in this area here was the Braveheart village, because this is known as the Braveheart village viewpoint. So I'm assuming, I might be wrong, that the village was in here, this area, but Mel Gibson definitely rode through those trees over there and came through this area with that spectacular scene in the background. Isn't that just beautiful? I love it. What have you seen? What is it? Eh? What did you see? Have you seen something? Eh? Have you seen the ghost of Braveheart, have you? Hmm? You're watching something and I can't see what it is. Apart from two sheep down there that are almost hidden from my view. Oh, did it move? Oh, was it the sheeps? Was it the sheepies? Yeah. This is why you're meant to be on the lead. Eh? You're feeling a little bit more energetic this morning, aren't you? Yes. That's stunning. So I'm back here at the same spot a few days later, getting swarmed by midges, trying to move around. I'm wearing a mask to try not to breathe them in, but also to try and limit the amount of CO2 that comes out of my face, because that's what they're drawn to, but it's not working. At least I'm not breathing them in. But the reason I'm here is the weather's completely changed. It's now been a bit wet this morning, hence all the midges, and the clouds are hanging off the mountains. It's quite spectacular. So I'm going to try and get a few images. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to try and get a few images. I'm going to get a few images. I've got to stop saying trying. Oh my goodness me! That's dreadfully underexposed. Right, what I've done is put a very light grad grey on in front, because the land is very, very, very dark if I expose for the cloud. And I don't want to burn the cloud out. It's a very, very white cloud, as you can see, and I don't want to burn that out. And this first image is okay, and I cannot stay here very long because of this. And what I'm going to do anyway, we're going to overexpose a wee bit. I should put the timer on. So only need to overexpose a fraction. So I'm at f8 50th of a second, focusing on the hills in the background. Okay. And then just to be sure, I'm going to focus on the land in front. It's the same 50th of a second at f8. I'm getting no burnout, and the land is quite well exposed. I've left my glasses in the car because I was trying to put on midge repellent and I forgot to put them back on again, so I can't really see clearly. It looks okay. What I'd like to be able to do is zoom into some of these little areas. Oh my God, can you see these midges? I'm going to come closer to you. Can you see these midges? This is Scotland in the summer. Look at this. Unbelievable. Some French students that were camping next to us, and a camper next to us, asked, how do you ever get used to this? And my friend Bob and I said simultaneously, you don't. Right, I'm going to get Duke because there's a couple of sheep arrived on the scene. So I started filming, letting Duke just wander around because there was no sheep around, nothing. A sheep and a lamb just walked in the gate and came up to say hello. So he's back with me, he should be fine. Right. Good boy. Right, going to zoom in a little bit onto those hills. Keep a bit of that road in because it's quite nice. A bit of the river, that's okay. Pull back a little bit. The road is coming in from the right, focusing on the foreground. Focus on the background. I think everything's going to be in focus anyway. I'm just being absolutely sure I'm getting this right. Okay. Question is, do I switch lenses to zoom into that cloud in the hills? Because if I do, I'm going to end up with a camera full of midges, possibly. So I think the best thing to do is do it slowly and carefully. I don't think I can. Right, let's see what I can do. Oops. If I end up with a midge in there, I've got problems. Right, again, it should be on this bit here. Right. So I'm being joined by people, so I'm going to switch off for a little while. So I just had a couple of people come up and took their picture with their phone. And they disappeared because the midges here are absolutely horrendous. I'm not going to get any good compositions, I'm sure of it, because I can't stay here any longer. Right, I can't do this any longer. As you can see, the midges on the top of my hat there, squashed in, they're all over my face. I'm leaving it at that. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll show you these pictures in a minute and more that I take down the valley in this lovely weather, away from the midges. And I'll catch up with you later. Remember to like if you liked the video, subscribe please, and hit that bell. And finally, of course, remember, I don't know if I can say this today, get out, take pictures, and have fun in amongst all the midges. Bye for now.